The Winooski is the largest tributary to Lake Champlain. From its humble headwaters in Cabot, the river joins with hundreds of miles of streams and rivers to drain more than 1,000 square miles of forest, farm fields, towns, and villages in northern Vermont. Individuals and organizations in communities across the watershed are working in a variety of ways to protect the health of Lake Champlain and waterways that may seem far from the lake but are inextricably connected.
That is so cool.
So cool.
I received a grant and it provided me the opportunity to have an artist in residence come in and work with my students.
For the first part of the project, we went for a biodiversity walk and collected plants. Block prints will essentially be about the things that they found, life that's here in our local watersheds.
This was sort of like a different experience learning. It was like a different way to learn about it, which I like was more hands-on.
I would say the goal really is for students just to connect with the creative part of understanding the watershed and thinking about really how all things are connected to one another.
Then they become invested, they become connected to their local place, and they make decisions about our place in the future. And so the more they know, the more they're invested.
There's all sorts of small things that people can do to protect the watershed. We started a program 2 years ago we're calling Lawns to Forest, where we offered free trees, free shrubs to landowners who are willing to let us plant into their lawn. So if you can reduce your lawn and plant and sort of reforest it to some extent, you can reduce that runoff.
We saw there's like a swale that runs through here and lots of water.
Yeah.
I had seen the work that the Friends of the Winooski were doing. I had seen some of the plantings they had done, so I reached out to them and said, hey, you know, we got this land that we're just kind of leaving out here to be natural anyways. We had the option to just sort of mow it into a big green lawn, but try to minimize the mowing down to just certain paths through it. We find it far more enjoyable than just an open green yard.
And then that's good for the brook because then you don't have that, onslaught of runoff, right? When you have that rainstorm, the water instead will slowly percolate down into the soil. No matter where you live, it doesn't have to be right on a stream or right on the river. You can do all kinds of things to protect water quality and prevent flooding, prevent erosion.
My husband and I purchased Camp Weakoe and then very recently changed the name to the Woods Lodge. So we're on Bull Run Road in Northfield. Our property is 36 acres bisected by the road itself. And we have 25 acres on the eastern side of the road. And those 25 acres are where Bull Run Brook runs through that part of the property. We were approached a few years ago by Michelle Braun, who was representing the Friends of the Winooski River, and said that they were interested in removing the dam. And we were very receptive to the idea of removing the dam because we had experienced several flooding events. And the process was so easy, and they did all of the work for the permitting, and we got to see all the plans, and they explained everything really well. The whole process of actually removing the dam only took a couple of months. It's taken a couple of years, but it's starting to look really beautiful down there, and we're really happy with the decision that we made.
These stories are just a few examples of the impact of community engagement and collaboration. People of all ages in all parts of the watershed can help protect and restore waterways and ecosystems. To learn how you can get involved, visit lcbp.org/dive-in.